Welcome to The Late Show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. You know, sometimes I feel sorry for Donald Trump, but not as often as he does. Donald Trump is always complaining about his media coverage. So last night, he just unplugged, got away from it all, and sat down for his 19th interview with Fox News. In this case, it was a full-blown rub-down from anchor and unrefrigerated Lou Dobbs.
In 9 months in office, you've already accomplished more in the way of job creation. You have accomplished so much in that 9 months. You've got to be immensely gratified at what you've been able to do. You are, if I may say, everything is advertised as you ran for president, and appreciate everything you're doing. The country owes you a great debt on so much, but on that in particular.
Wow, it's very interesting. It's well put. It's true.
I would say, wow, it's going to be a long night. I'd say that Dobbs was lobbing softballs, but if that interview is any indication, he doesn't have balls. Now, he was light. Keep it light. Gotta keep it light. Dobbs was pleasuring Trump so vigorously that Mike Pence asked Mother to change the channel. Even Dobbs' criticisms were praise.
I've got to ask you, I mean, you're one of the most, I would say, by the left particularly, reviled, even hated men to ever hold your post.
I would say so.
You're also one of the most loved and respected.
I would say that also.
So you would say that you are one of the most hated, and you would also say that you are one of the most loved? So would you say that it is safe to say that you would also say anything someone just said?
I would say that also.
Trump then explained how terrible the media's coverage of him is.
I know a good story from a bad story, but when you have a really good story and they make it bad, I'll say to my wife, oh, tonight I'm going to enjoy watching television because I did great. And wait till you see this. And then they put it on and it's like, oh, that's not so good.
Sir, you got to stop watching my monologues. Because I'm here to say, you're not so good. You're not so good. Dobbs was so massaging Trump's, let's say, ego, that he didn't even get around to asking Trump about Puerto Rico, where 3/4 of the residents are still without power. Now, the repair job to the grid and the power plants is a $300 million contract, and it has been awarded to a company called Whitefish Energy, which really sounds like a trout-based boner pill. I thought my love life was over. Now, thanks to Whitefish Energy, I'm spawning upstream. So, la 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 la. Thank you very much. That's my... I don't know what that means. Go up Some are questioning whether Whitefish can handle this massive job, since they are a 2-year-old company from Montana that, as of 1 month ago, had just 2 full-time employees. So, evidently, restoring Puerto Rico's shattered infrastructure requires the same manpower as moving a filing cabinet upstairs. Now, and this is true, our research department tried really hard to find out who those 2 employees are, and we couldn't. We found out one of them is named Andy Techmansky. So let me get this straight. Their tech man is named Techmansky? That really sounds made up. I'm guessing the other guy is Irish, Seamus O'Therguy. He seems nice. He really seems nice. Seamus seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, seems like a good guy.
O'Therguy. One thing we did learn is that BuzzFeed went to Whitefish, Montana looking for the company's headquarters, eventually finding a small cabin in a forested area. And I believe we've received a composite sketch of their third employee. There he is. Yeah. Chili, this time of year, you want a little.
With the hoodie,
you want a
too.
little. Now, fun fact. This controversy was first reported by weather.com. That has to be the most unlikely scoop since Watergate was broken by the Piggly Wiggly Sunday Circular. So why would this tiny company, located way in the woods of Montana, win a massive contract to fix Puerto Rico? Well, gotta say, it didn't hurt that Whitefish Energy is based in Whitefish, Montana, the hometown of Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke, and that Zinke's son had a summer job at one of the company's construction sites. Well, there's a coinky Zinke. Plus, it turns out this was a no-bid contract. No competition, none. That's like the last guy on Earth. That's like the last guy on Earth naming himself people's sexiest man alive. It's a double issue. It's a double issue. You find out all about him.
Yes.
Favorite pastimes? Staring,
Oh, yeah. Pining.
scrounging for canned goods.
Yes.
Now, the mayor of San Juan and woman who did not sign up for this, Carmen Yulin Cruz, has demanded the contract be voided for ethical reasons, to which Whitefish replied, tweeting, "We've got 44 linemen rebuilding power lines in your city, and 40 more men just arrived. Do you want us to send them back or keep working?" Oh, snap! Is what all of the power lines in Puerto Rico did, so stop bitching and get to work, Andy Techmansky, if that is your name, which it is not. Now, you know, a smattering of Techmansky fans here tonight, and you know,